Hey, what's up, team? In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at this guy, and this is Fans Toys' Jabber, a 2025 reissue of the 2019 toy. And boy, is he sleek and super duper streamlined, man. I mean, aesthetically, it is very, very beautiful. And so this is going to be a subjectively honest review, meaning subjective. It's going to be wholly my own takes. But it's going to be an honest review, meaning if I'm not going to endorse this, I'm not going to cram it down your throat. I'm just going to provide you information so that you can potentially make an informed buying decision, okay? So with that intro out of the way, let's talk about him. All right, let's start with the alt mode and get a load of this. Dude, the way the legs fold up, it makes it look like the vehicle's hovering. That is so sick. You can see that there's a shadow beneath it. I mean, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but the look that they get is just absolutely incredible. Alright, so just looking at the exterior, dude, I gotta say, man, it's so sleek and so streamlined, aerodynamic, and beautiful. The colors, the deco, the makeup on this thing, it's done extremely well, and it cleans up really quite nice. It's quite hefty, and I think these are all the hallmarks of a Fans Toys product. Great composition in the toy, great paint, great material, great aesthetics overall. However, there's going to be a point in the transformation where it's going to suffer, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And before we get to that transformation, I do want to show off the accessories. He does come with the Target Master, and so here's him transformed into his blaster mode, and it will just fit in right there. And so you can have it mounted like that, and that's a look that we've commonly seen before. And if you're not into the Target Master and you want to use his standard blaster, it does have a side mount, and so you can insert that in the same area, basically. And again, that's also a very familiar look, and that looks great, man. Not too obtrusive underneath, and no, it's nice. There's one other piece of accessory that he comes with, and that's the glass window over here that you can swap out for this. But for the purpose of this review, we'll just kind of keep this one on there. I mean, I like this. It's kind of like this sky blue and stuff. But okay, let's move on to the engineering, and you're going to see that I'm going to be pointing out some areas that I consider juvenile and crude, that end up being over-engineered. But let's talk about it as we go through the process, huh? Hey, really quick with the commercial break from our sponsor, TF Safari, tfsafari.com. Check them out for all of your mecha needs from first, second, third, fourth party. They also do upgrades as well. You're not going to find a lot of sites that cater to different tastes and needs. tfsafari.com, and if you do go there, utilize the codes that you see on the top right corner of the screen and save yourself a little bit of change, man. They are a very reliable vendor. They are out of China. They ship to you in about 2 weeks, super sturdy boxes, and yeah, tfsafari.com. Can't say enough nice things about them, and so thank you so much, TF Safari, for sponsoring this video. If you're going to get this toy, I think you're going to need the use of a spudger. I mean, I definitely need to, and so just giving you fair warning about that, okay? And just to point out the areas really quick, it's going to be these two areas, left and right, and it's going to be this section over here, the way these things kind of fold up. These are the biggest infractors, and you'll see. And by the way, if I sound froggy, it's because morning voice, vocals haven't warmed up, and so yeah, that's that. So what we need to do over here is, these are the back of the legs, and you basically need to, there you go. Oh wow, all right, didn't need that. You basically need to untap them right now because it kind of locks into place. You can see the teeth area back there, right? And so that's going to be the first order of business. All right, moving forward, so this piece over here, this is part of the leg. This is threaded through underneath over here, and the rest of this section is the arm. So what you need to do is you need to dislodge this, peel it out kind of over the arm and remove it. But this one over here, actually, during the transformation sequence itself, it popped off the pin. And so it's just kind of free-floating like that. You see that thing right there? Here, let me point it out. That little pock mark, that's where it's supposed to pin through, and it's just a really weird joint, man. It's poorly engineered in my opinion, and I don't think it's done well. And you gotta just, in a weird way, get this to fold over. And as I was doing it the first time, it just bloop, just popped out. So I was like, that's not great. And then from here we are untabbing. Oh man, oh, gotta unlock this. Forgot about that. Yeah, this is the waist skirt, and I think it's really designed well in that these will lock the arms in place. And these also, this is for the back, but they all have like really nice little locking mechanisms, so I can appreciate that. So we'll start untabbing the whole arm. I mean, it's connected over here, but you just got to get it loosened up. And the connection points, though, are pretty tight. Yeah, they are pretty tight. It's connected in 2 areas, and boy, why is it not coming undone? I don't know. I don't know why it's not coming undone, actually. Give me a moment. All right, it was just in there. I had to kind of like yank it out. And so this bit, this metallic piece, this lip, and this lip over here is what's going to adhere the arm to the chassis. But I was a little uncomfortable, not going to lie, and just brute forcing it out of there. Oh, got to lift this up. Yeah, so here's that. Yeah, here's that problematic piece, man. I wonder if I can break the mold, break the sculpt a little bit, and fish this out of here. I'm terrified of thinking of what is it? The quick tutorial that I'm gonna have to put together. So see what I mean, dude? It's on this weird joint, man, and all of this gotta untab and undo. It's in there very securely, but it's not a satisfying feeling trying to undo this. Like, I feel like there's too much force and effort that I'm having to exert in order to undo this piece. And I feel like that's kind of emblematic of a lot of Fans Toys stuff. You just got to like wedge and brute force your way through it. And I'm going to have to do it off camera. Just give me a moment. All right, I got it out, but that was not fun. That was not fun at all. So again, you see this bottom piece, this is connected to the leg. That's just really poorly designed. It really is. I don't know what they could have done differently because I'm not an engineer. You know, I'm not a cook. I can't be like, hey, you should have added more cinnamon or cardamom or clove or I don't know, whatever. You know, I don't know what to tell them, but the way they have it is poorly done, and it's not a fun user experience. That I can say because I am the taster. I'm the person experiencing at the end of the day whatever they bring out to the table to eat, so to speak, right? And I can tell you right now that as a consumer, that's not fun. That's not fun at all. Another piece is this part over here. Let me dislodge this. This, the way it's folding up, when you have to fold it out to get into the alt mode, that's not a fun piece. That's not a fun piece to be working with. And there you go, I separated the legs. And I feel like a lot of times Fans Toys products are like this. There's heavy materials. Overall, it feels good, but it's just, there's this juvenile piece of engineering because they're not skilled enough, and they make it over-engineered. It's kind of like this. Let's say you have 2 points, and you want to draw a connecting line through it. And so the best way to do it should just be a straight line, right? But let's say you're not good at drawing straight lines. So I ask you to connect these two, and you go, and you make these squiggly lines. I'm like, hey, why'd you do that? And you're like, I'm not good at making straight lines. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's what this is. Like, they don't know how to make it succinct and very streamlined. And as a result, you get over-engineering. I'm just bringing out these gap fillers. From here, actually, it's pretty straightforward. The most confounding part after this is threading the head through this piece because you don't get a lot of clearance over here. So you got to lift this up, bring this to the back. You also got to bring this out. And there is a very specific angle in which you'll be able to thread the head through. If you don't get that angle, you will not be able to do it. And so you got to try to arch this as best as possible to give them the most clearance like I just did. And then you can get the head through, and then you're good. And you can start bringing down that piece again. What's gonna happen over here is this is going to get untabbed from this. This tab is going to fold down. And this part is kind of cool. This top torso is going to... Oh, nice. The waist bit popped off, but it is kind of just on hinges, and it's popped off before. So this top part, what we're doing is we are spinning it around, but it's getting caught on something. Okay, there we go. All right, now we've spun this around. This is the back part. So you're going to turn this around, right? And then from here, you can prepare to connect all of this. And this is what I was talking about. There's the locking mechanism over here, right? And you can bring that in. And you can pop this back on. And here, again, when I say the home stretch, you're through most of the difficult areas. But you still got the legs to do. And we'll focus on the one that has this still connected. And so, you know what? Let me clear my brain for a second. Give me one moment. All right. Sometimes I got to do that. I just got to clear the brain, shake my hands, and, yeah, just kind of let some of the stressed, anxious energy out. And so I'm peeling out the heel from the foot. And this is going to be the last thing to rest in there. So what you're going to do is you're going to press this up till it's like that. But before, wait, hold up. Yeah, before this fully closes down, you need to have this folding up over here again on this strange hinge. And dude. So this is on a sliding joint, and if you don't get it right, you won't be able to peel it back. So make sure that it's slid all the way around. Like, see, this, you can't do it, but you do that. You can get that. And then from here, you are trying to get this piece to rest inside this cavity in order for this to, like, sit down. But this entire piece has to move, like, in tandem. It's just a strange joint. Just give me a second. I can't wrap my head around it right now while I'm recording. My goodness, if you knew how long it took me to get that. Oh my goodness. What a pain in the butt. What a pain in the butt. So yeah, you want to keep this basically, that little blue flap open as much as you can, so to get as much clearance as possible here. And then you want to press down. Again, don't let this get stuck, because you need as much clearance on this as possible in order to get the blue thing to lay flat. Then you have to get that to sit around this while you're compressing it down. I think I got it. And then this has to fold up, and that will allow you to compress. Just really, really poorly designed. Just, and this, sorry, I have this oriented the wrong way. No, don't make me redo everything. Okay, but I think it's all in there. I think so. No. This has to slide in. It has to slide in all the way, but it's kind of getting stuck. Oh, I forgot to do one thing. This blue piece has to be pulled out so that, and bent in a very specific way so that it acts as a gap filler there. Just poorly thought out, dude. It's, yeah, I'm complaining and I'm whining, you know. I mean, I should be, you know, feel privileged that I do get to review a Fan Toys product, and I do. Don't get me wrong, you know. But it's like getting an opportunity to eat at a Michelin star restaurant, but you find hair in there. You're allowed to complain, right? And so we got this done, but unnecessary the way they did this. Really, really, truly unnecessary. And then at this point, we can just bring this down. As we're bringing this down, and the rest is easy peasy. You just flip that out, and the rest is actually quite nice to some extent. And that's going to fit in there. And then we just got to convert the arms, which is pretty easy. You got to kind of dislodge this piece, this armpit area, pull that out, and this will compress, and then you can close this up. And then from here, we can close this up, And there is a double hinge mechanism here that will allow you to, and a slider that will allow you to compress that. And then you can bring that up and see that arm is done. Easy, right? Yeah, the rest of it is not bad. It's just that leg area that is perplexing, so to speak. Bring out the armpit, compress the arm, bring that in, begin to fold this down, dislodge, fold in, and boom, 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 boom. We are done. Now let me go cry and yell for a second, and let's talk about the figure. All right. Boy, that was an adventure, wasn't it? And you can see him equipped here with his blasters, and he holds them quite well, very secure. It's a tab and slot, but not only is it tab and slot, you insert and you kind of spin to get it to fit inside the groove in the cavity in his fist. This one doesn't sit as well as the Target Master, but well enough, good enough. You know, it's not going to fall out or anything like that. And so he is a beautiful looking bot. He really, really is. Again, just, you can't deny the Fans Toys aesthetics, right? From point A to point B, each of those points is beautiful. But the path, the squiggly line that they took in order for the Ultimo to become this is questionable. But it's really this leg part. They could have designed it just ever so differently that there would be no arguing that this is the de facto best third-party Blurr on the market. I mean, I think it still is, actually, because there aren't too many competitors, right? I don't think anyone's really done a Blurr other than Unique Toys? Maybe, but this one is way more G1 accurate. Looks better, in my opinion, both in alt and bot mode. It's just the weirdness with these panels, these the back of the leg things, and this stuff. The biggest headache, really. Everything is just down here. The rest of it I can endorse and sign off on, but yeah, it's just that part, dude. And another thing is, so per the transformation, I forgot to kind of show you earlier, but these thighs have to be pressed in. Then you got to press them back out. They do have a tendency to kind of slip in every now and then, but again, that is forgivable. Articulation-wise, it's very, very good, dude. Again, it's aesthetically, they never have any issues. Range of motion, that stuff, they never, ever have any issues. They do a wonderful, wonderful job. And yeah, the personality, the presence, all of that is just captured very, very, very nicely. And so they never have any issues with that. This, I do wish this tabbed in better. It sits there, but it just needs to be a little bit firmer in terms of that locking mechanism. But other than that, man, they do have a winner on their hands. Is it for me? Me personally? Nah, it's not for me. I like enjoyable transformations. That's why I like mecha invasion stuff. That's why I like New Age stuff. That's why I like MMC stuff. And usually when I go into those reviews, I'm excited. I really am. But usually when I approach Fans Toys reviews, I'm a bit trepidatious, dude. I'm a little bit nervous and I get butterflies in my stomach. Their Scavenger was not bad. Their Scavenger was good. Their Scrapper had some issues. Ultra Magnus had some issues. This has some issues. And so my personal opinion is that for what this costs, it shouldn't have so many issues for any of their products. But again, I think it is the limitation of skill on their lead designer over here, because the questionable design choices I feel like are very consistent throughout the ones that I'm critiquing right now. And I think it's because it's the same guy basically in charge, leading all of the engineering and making the decisions. But you can't knock the aesthetic, man. Look at how clean this thing is. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful to look at. It's just getting from A to B using that squiggly line versus a straight line. That's where all the problems come from. Yeah. Anyway, that's been me yammering about Jabber from Fans Toys, and that's the review. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope it's been, I don't know, at least entertaining, if not educational. And I'll talk to you soon. Okay? Bye-bye.